I think the documentary was actually a lot different to what I initially expected. We saw in the trailer clips of them saying that no one knows the truth, we know the truth. There was a bit of Harry saying it's about hatred, it's about race. So I think everyone kind of expected it to be a bit more incendiary and perhaps to be a few more bombshells. I do think that might still be to come in the second volume, but I think this was really about setting up their life stories. And as we heard Meghan famously say in the trailer, doesn't it make more sense to hear our story from us? And you got a sense they really wanted to bring you into their love story. And I think for me, the biggest takeaway is the strength of their relationship with each other, and just how fast it became very serious in the beginning, um, and just the closeness between them, the chemistry. I think that was very palpable. It's also clear that Harry has taken the decision to kind of advocate and be anti-racist and be an ally, and I think that came through very strongly, especially the section with him talking about his past wearing the Nazi uniform, and how he kind of tries to make amends for that. And so I think, yeah, one of the other takeaways is kind of the growth of Harry, and it shows you from him being a cheeky little boy to the man that he is today, defending his family. So I think, if anything, this bit was more biographical, and the next bit is when we'll really see the fallout. I think the reaction has been predictable. It's getting, I have to say, a little bit boring as well, just the constant stream of vitriol from people. And I've actually seen on social media, actually, a number of people in America and other places saying, actually, why do you guys hate her so much? Like, what has she done? What have they both done that's so bad? People are finding it difficult to understand. And I will say that I think perhaps the tide could turn for them in the UK. I think people that were on the fence may have watched this and said, they're two people that just seem to love each other very much and care about their family and had a difficult time. So we'll see what it does to their popularity. And I think on the privacy point, it's really interesting because I think that is a narrative that has partly been created. In their original statement, they didn't say anything about wanting privacy. In fact, they were quite explicit about wanting to carry on their public roles and their activism. The only thing they wanted was to be able to do it on their terms. And I think that's the difference. If we think of modern celebrities, they're quite accepting of the fact that they don't have privacy in the same way that everyone else does. But what they do have is control over their careers. I think it was the control element, and it's never been the privacy. Otherwise, they would have maybe gone to a secluded place somewhere that no one could ever find them and never surface, never do any interviews. It's quite obvious they don't want that, and they've never said that. So yeah, I mean, I think we'll continue to see them in the limelight for years to come. I don't think it will be startling. I am looking forward to the contributions of Christopher Boozy from Bot Centennial, the company that did the report that proved that the hatred towards Meghan on social media was coming from a few accounts, and it seemed to be orchestrated. I think that's going to be particularly interesting. The only thing that I think could cause problems is what I think we'll see in the second half is the outright suggestion that the briefing in the media against Meghan and Harry came from the palace itself and came from, more controversially, William and Kate's press team, Kensington Palace, Clarence House as well. So I think that could be controversial. But I don't think we'll outright see kind of an allegation as in, you did this person did this. I'm not sure either we'll hear what a lot of people have been calling for, who it was that had concerns about the colour of Archie's skin tone. From the beginnings of this, it doesn't seem like that sort of documentary. I don't think it's meant to kind of drag people down as much as it's meant to raise Meghan and Harry up.